Yeah.
Good afternoon. I have one question.
Shoot
Can
away.
you explain, well, I have my own idea, but I want to know your point of view. How it's possible that a national movement based on socialist ideas, Ben-Gurion was socialist, and kibbutz and so collectivism and so on, has evolved to no, I don't know if far right, but right movement. I mean, today Israel is mainly governed by right-wing parties. It's based on the need of self-defense in front of the foreign aggression, or are there any other explanation?
One of the characteristics of historians, or at least history teachers, is to complicate matters rather than simplify them. So the answer, by definition, is complicated rather than simple. But you have a shift. Ben-Gurion believed in etatism. In other words, the state would take over all voluntary efforts in everything, in defense, in settlement. This would all be government initiatives and voluntary associations and organizations, which many of them were socialist in nature, were replaced by government agencies and government initiatives. So that's one stage. The other stage, I mean, it would be extreme to argue that Israel is a rightist state, because the current government is center-left rather than center-right. And the fight is still on. I mean, we have an election in 2 weeks. We'll see where that goes. But it seems to be that the population is split down the middle between right and left. But to give it a more focused answer, it was decided that, Ben-Gurion decided, that Israel orientation would be towards the West rather than towards the Soviet bloc, for a variety of reasons. And this included the importation of the Western economic systems, which would replace a planned economy of socialist orientation. And this included values of capitalism, free trade, free market, and so on. So there you have a shift, which initially was not necessarily a ideological shift, or not recognized as an ideological shift, but of course it has its ideological consequences and ideological implications. So it certainly became less socialist. But socialism still exists in one form or another. And as I say, the electorate is split down the middle, and may have to come up with a different answer in 2 weeks' time. I hope not.